1.22 season 10, May 1st, 2018. They have Soldier. Tuesday, Sloppy Vagrant. They have Junk putting traps by her door. They have Sim putting traps by her door. They have Brig.
Commences in 30 seconds.
I grow tired.
Yeah, Widow.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Attack.
Wow. I'm the first one to die, even though I said it.
Here I am.
Sniper! Watch out!
Got one. Three kills, we can push in heavy. They have a long run back. Good pull.
Check me out. Securing the point. Thank you.
How do people like this map? It's so dumb.
Objective A captured. Escort.
Let me change into Sombra. There would all. More hack has ult.
Sniper! Don't get caught! Reload is on its way. My ultimate is ready. Come on!
My EMP is almost shot. We're back. Been here all the way. Later. Feeling much better.
GG hacked. EMP. Got three, got three. Monkey hacked. Brick hacked.
I'm on fire. Touch me and you'll get burned.
GG hacked.
I'm on fire!
Brick hacked. And the EMP soon. Run it. Run is hacked. Run is hacked. EMP for 3. Got 3. 2 of them have ults. They have Widow ult. Literally one. Why is he laughing?
Yo, I just booped him from so far away.
Hey, don't stop. Let's get it moving.
Run is hacked. Has ult. Get behind them. Maybe they dies from that other one.
No one can hide from my sight.
Ryan's hacked. He has ult.
My ultimate is ready.
We need to get the payload back on track.
Shit.
I'm out of here.
EMP. Got 3. Right. Tracer hacked. Gotta shoot things too, bro. Good job. Can't just be hiding looking for a hack, homie. You gotta shoot things. Yeah, what occurred to me last game, 1.22 by the way, Season 10, Tuesday, May 1st, 2018. It occurred to me last game that I want to be the best Sombra in this video game. Like, I have been just putting time on her. Like, I've been putting time on her. I've been putting time on her, like, because she's fun. I've been putting my most. I've got 200 hours cumulatively on her. More than that. 200 plus hours. And I've been putting time on her because I love playing as her. It's fun. And it like, I don't know, a week or two ago it occurred to me that, like, I don't really want to defend King's Row. It's one of the dumbest ones to defend. I'll run it anyway, I guess. It's a good squad. I wanna do some takeaways, so I'm not gonna. So it occurred to me that like a game ago, I was on Eichenwald. I didn't put it up because we lost and I didn't have that good of a score. But like, she is... It's abysmal. It's plus 50. That's good. She just still low, though. That needs to be higher. Why do I want to be the best Sombra in the video game? Because she's the coolest hero to me. And it occurred to me I was playing Volskaya 2 games ago. I love playing her the most probably because you can cover the most ground. You can be wherever you want on the map the fastest and the most conveniently with Sombra. And the way this game is with all the map real estate, I don't like not being able to go in certain areas. I don't like, being restricted to, any areas, not being able to go there. And that's kind of how it is if you're playing immobile heroes, depending on how much immobility you have, lack of mobility. But like with Sombra, I have fun while I'm playing her, like almost all the time, and it's like I think you have to think more with her than almost anyone else in the game. I'm trying to think right now if the truth to that. It's debatable. That'll always be debatable, but she's in the top 5, I think, of all the heroes in the game. Top 5, you might need to think the most about the flow of the game, where you need to be at what time, what target you need to be going for, when do you need to do your EMP, who do you need to hack right now, where do you put your translocator, when do you go invis, do you use the cater now, do you use invis now, do you wait for cooldowns, now that I think about it, that's probably what detracts her from a lot of people, is how much you have to just think. Like a lot of the people, who's another high thinking a hero? Maybe Genji, but there's it's a lot more just spacebar, evade, click at him, shift, click at him, melee, shift, click at him. Oh, am I getting hurt? Shift out of there. So Genji's a good amount of thinking, a decent amount of thinking. I mean, compared to all the heroes in the game, and then Tracer too. Decent amount of thinking. Bastion, a decent amount of thinking. Mei, a relatively high amount of thinking, in my opinion. So required. And then it could be said about Winston. So I don't know. I think she's definitely top 10 Sombra. In my opinion, top 5. But yeah. So that's why I love her. She's a thinking man's hero. And she's flashy, and being able to go invisible, run fast while you're invisible, that's a cherry on top. But be invisible, and teleport super far, not even a little bit, teleport super far, wherever you want to be, wherever you want to go, man, I love playing her. I want to make a career out of it, man. Fuck. That's okay, so it just dawned on me about 200 hours in cumulatively. Almost 26 here. And then my main account. 170 hours there. So that's what, 96? 196 right there. And then I got 10 hours on PTR, at least, so before she came out. So that's 206 hours, cumulatively. And then a little bit, well, not that much time on custom games. A lot more time in custom games on Tracer and McCree. Not accounted for in either account, but... The day has come. May 1st, Tuesday, May 1st, 2018. Slofty Vagary. 1.22 Season 10. The day has come where I want to be the best Sombra in the game. The best Sombra, almost hands down, if I can. Definitely in the conversation for it. I remove people unless I know them IRL after pretty much a week they haven't played. Depending. Usually if I'm doing a big purge, usually 2 weeks. Or 3 weeks. Just because, there's no reason to have on my friends list. They don't play the game. I'll leave them on. I know there's someone on here who's okay. I know there's someone on here who's more than 2 weeks, 2 months. I haven't cleaned out this friends list in a long time. But I don't even play on this account as much as the other one, so that's a big part of it. Anyway, it hit me. It actually hit me. And I have so many friends because I pretty much add everybody. In a game, if we have a good game pretty much, Nobody was really toxic. People filled. People seemed to listen to comms. I pretty much add everybody, and then filter out after that. Later as needed, as I'm doing now. But anyway, like I feel like there's more to say about that. I should comment that like chasing down that widow the way I did. That was influenced by my newfound inspiration and motivation to be a professional. Like chasing her down like in that way that I did, in a way, I don't know, like and then going behind them the way I did, I don't know, like I'm committed now to learning every aspect of her. And here's another thing. Specialist, the idea of being a specialist, a main, or a one trick. I've hated that idea for some time. The idea of, oh, you're an XYZ main, you're a Sombra main, you're a Tracer main, Widow main, whatever. It's like, play everybody, get good at everybody, know everybody. But it happens over time that you become a main naturally, especially when we can see what you have the most hours on. We obviously see what you main, which is your principal hero. You mainly play. And then if you're one trick, that's also apparent. Which one trick's the worst thing to be called in this game. Like, you don't want to be a one trick. You're like, if you don't know why, you're clueless, you don't understand it. It's like you are handicapping the team if you're a one trick, because even if you're really good at that one hero, there's no one hero in the video game that's good in every single situation. And it could just be because, like, say, okay, there's arguments that can be made, like a Tracer or Genji is good in almost every occasion. A Brig right now is actually the only hero maybe good on every occasion. Maybe, but the thing is, in any case, I call her Brig as Brigitte. If you're wondering, it's Bridget. It's Brigitte. Why do they say Brig? It's Bridget. People say Bridget a lot. No, it's Brigitte. She said that. She said that in her intro video. I am Brigitte Lindholm. Brigitte Lindholm. Roll the R a little bit. Brigitte Lindholm. Anyway, what was I on about? Okay, so I have more time in custom game on her. Like, I know this hero already. I know how to play her and shit. She's easy to play and doesn't feel that rewarding. Rewarding in terms of winning, but like, I don't know, it feels a little too OP and like, so. Anyway, the point I was making was, like, even if people are countering, like, even if you're running a Brig or whoever that you think is viable in almost every situation, if your team is not working with you and around you, your team doesn't want you on that hero, and or if the opponents are countering you, and they're shutting you down often, multiple times, you have your KDR is on the fritz, your EDR, your elimination death ratio is like, you're barely doing a 1-1. You should almost always be a 2-1 KDR or greater. 2-1 eliminations per death. 3-1 is ideal. 3-1, you're contributing. You're helping for half the kills in every situation mathematically, because there's 6 opponents, So 3-1 for every death, you're helping for 3 kills. That's the ideal, you want to go for 3-1 or greater. 2-1 or greater, you may be doing okay. It depends. If you're a tank, you're gonna die more. Of course, you're a Bastion, probably gonna die a little bit more than other heroes. Let me go back to my other account so you have something interesting to look at while I ramble. But anyway, I'm like looking at this more than I'm talking. Okay, so that's the thing. Like, so that's why if you're one trick, you're a long tangent for that. If you're one trick, you're not doing good for your team. You're bad for your team. And now, when it comes to Sombra, with the new meta coming up, she's more viable than ever, because Brig is going to be in every game, probably almost every game, like 80% plus of games. Even when they nerf her, it's not going to fall up that bad. If they nerf her too heavily. If they even fucking nerf her. They might take forever on that nerf if they even do it. Or they might just start bouncing around her, which might be better. I'm kind of all up for shorter cooldowns and stuff in general. Cut it down for that. I always love shorter cooldowns. Why do I keep coming out of it? I guess it's too much information. It's distracting me. But what else do I need to say? With Tracer being more, with Sombra being more viable, because Briggs in almost every game, Reaper is better, Ney is better. They're in a lot more. They matter more when they're in games. Lucio's about to get a buff. Hanzo's gonna get a buff. Hanzo, it'll shut down his leap and it'll shut down his arrows. So yeah, Sombra is gonna be huge. I just gotta be smarter about my hacks, hacking the right people at the right time. Saving it when I need to save it, not over hacking health packs like I used to do. Like, it was smarter to hack health packs, a lot more of them more in the past, because, you know, of course, you got old charge off of it. But now since you don't, like, I need to hack health packs probably less often than I do even now. Gotten better about it already a little bit, but still room for improvement in that dimension. Let me see. What else is there? I was reading text right now, so I don't know. Sombra's more useful. Sombra's more useful in general. So yeah, that's all the more reason to try to become the greatest Sombra there ever is or was. You know. And there's not even that many other Sombras. It's not a crowded market. Like there's a lot of people in the market for trying to be the best Tracer ever. There's a lot of people in the market for trying to be the best Genji. Pretty much everything else in the game. The people that are not that popular need to become my favorites, and my ones that I get the most value out of, because not only will that bring my fame up quicker, faster, sooner, but they also have a lot of utility. Sombra, Bastion, Mei, they're just like, now that I think about it, this crossed my mind, and I was saying it earlier in this rant, in this ramble, whatever, in this monologue. Now that it crosses my mind, like Mei and Bastion kind of require, like, because they're more brainy, like, kind of require you to be thinking a little bit more. They're less played too, I feel like just like Sombra, and to get the value out of them, you really got to be on your P's and Q's with your brain. You got to be thinking. You got to be smart. Where does the thinking come in on Bastion? You may ask. You got to know, okay, first of all, you're almost always pulling aggro from the enemy team. You got to know that. And it took me, I was like 30 plus hours into my Bastion career before I really realized and understood how crazy people go for you on Bastion. And it was only about a week or two ago, maybe 3, that I learned that, oh, you really need to go for the Bastion. It's not because people just hate him and he just feels like he's cheaty or something. It's because if you ignore him, he will completely mow down your whole team in no time at all. Like he will just decimate your squad. So, you know, you kind of learn that when you're early in the game, when you're new to the game, you're sub 100 levels. You know, you learn that, because there'd be a Bastion just posted up somewhere, wrecking, and you're like, man, how do we do anything to that? Like, fuck that guy, fuck Bastion. I don't like that hero. I'm done with this game right now. You easily cause rage quits, you know. So you learn by the time you're, you know, post level 100, you know, 2, 3, 4 stars, whatever. You got to take out the Bastion. You got to focus on him. So you got to know, as a Bastion, in terms of him being a thinking hero, a hero requires a lot of thought. You got to know that. You got to keep that in your mind all the time. People always want to kill you. You always got to know that you got 6 people kind of wanting to kill you all the time, and almost like 3 plus always trying, like, going for it. Some people will go out of their way to kill you. A trade is good in their mind if they can, you know, kill you and get the trade. A lot of people think they can get the trade, and a lot of Bastions do kind of suck, so that they can usually get the trade. And my aim is best when I'm on Bastion. That was a side point that was not really a part of this tangent or monologue. But I mean, like, when anyone's like completely standing still, not moving around, I think their aim is probably better, just because that's one thing to think about in your brain than 2, instead of 2. And then my tracking's better than my flicks. My tracking, I think I'm a natural, like, decent tracker, and it's been brought up by playing this game. But anyway, in terms of Bastion being a thinking man's hero, so keeping in mind that everyone's going for you all the time is one thing. And is one thing that's like really important. But also, who's number 1 on this? Wub. Chain. Any of these people? Like famous? Overwatch famous? I don't think so. Dante. Yeah, anyway. Apologize. I think it was. I did a mute test. So. Oh, you can. Does that refresh it? What does that little thing do? I don't know. But anyway, so Bastion being a thinking man's hero. I'm sorry about the tangents being so long. I'm not focused a lot of time when I do my tangents for a lot of reasons. Not the tangents, the monologues. Okay, so you gotta be able to know how to change into form and out of form. Like you gotta know when to do it, which is a lot. You need to be transforming a fucking lot. Like you notice, like in my games as Bastion, I probably have how many transformations in a 30-minute game, in a 15-minute game. I think that's about the average time, 10 to 15 minutes. About a 15-minute game, I probably change form. I probably cycle. If you're talking about go into turret form and go out of turret form, I probably cycle like upwards 50 plus times. I'd say almost easily. And I feel like a lot of your basic bastions, you know, say your basic bastions will they'll maybe they're sub 30 cycles probably. Going into turret and out of turret. You got to be like 50 plus cycles in a 15-minute game. Like that each one of those going in turret, going out of turret is a cycle. So 50 plus cycles. You know, and that's a lot of thinking. Like, and sometimes it's just okay. It's just I taunt. That's something I've added about 30 hours ago in my Bastion career. Like it's just like I'll go into turret form, I'll jump up in front of him, turret form, just to taunt, just to pull the damage in this direction, just to pull attention in this direction, and get out of it. Get out, cycle back. You know. Go back to walking form. And I know they're called like Sentry and Recon, but like no one really knows that off the top of their head. So I call it turret form and fucking walking form. Might as well. What else do I need to go on about? I was talking about why you was a thinking person's hero, thinking man's hero, thinking woman's hero, whatever. Where's my It's my main. I'm fucking blind. I know it's right here. There it is. Whenever these monologues go long, I'm like compelled to make them longer for some reason. I don't know why. I guess there's so many games where I don't monologue at all. So it's like might as well put some valuable stuff. Cause I like whoever's watching, especially if in the future, you know, I actually do make it to some level of prominence and respect and appreciation. People will probably like and appreciate a little bit more of me doing a little bit of monologuing here and there, especially like these pre-streaming days, like, you know, my prequel saga. So I guess that's why I'm a little more compelled to monologue too, a little more. But yeah, I gotta get more value out of the May. Try to be Sombra, the best Sombra in the video game in all of Overwatch. At least for some time, I want several people to be like Lofty. Lofty is the best. Lofty is the best Sombra. Lofty is the Lofty, dude. If there's a really good Sombra, it's Lofty. No one is as good as Sombra as Lofty. Are you serious? They got Lofty on Sombra. They had Lofty on Sombra. How they lose that? My dude, Mr. Zimbabwe, gave me the best compliment the other day on one of my videos. He said something like, if Lofty was on Sombra and you guys lost, that means the team sucked. Like, oh my goodness. That it brought a tear to my eye. It's hyperbole for sure. A little bit of an exaggeration. But the fact that he'd be compelled to say that, like, and I'm not even necessarily all the way there yet, it was, like, so important to me. Like, that was so big to me. Like, that was so, like, encouraging. And maybe that probably is also actually fueling my desire to be the number one Sombra in the game. So, I I think that's the majority of what I need to say. 1.22, season 9, season 10 actually. May 1st, 2018. It's Tuesday. Low vagary in transmission.